the record, please? This is cause number 2021 CR 11486 and 2021 CR 11487. The state of Texas versus Dunkley Charterius, also known as Charterius Dunkley. Attorneys, please make your announcements for the record.
Travis Rodriguez for the state of Texas.
Jessica Gonzalez for Charterius.
What's his last name? Okay. It's Dunkley. We got it wrong. It's correct on some of the indictments. Let me see. Jessica, can you guys come get your stack of papers, please?
Yes, ma'am.
On 8-6 and 8-7. On 8-7, it's Dunkley. On 8-6, it's Charterius. So, Mr. Dunkley, I will correct that. All right. So, Mr. Dunkley, I'm going to show you the true bill of indictment that was filed in each of these cases. This is the indictment in 8-6, and this is the indictment in 8-7. In cause number ending in 8-6, it alleges the offense of unauthorized use of a motor vehicle. And in cause number ending in 8-7, theft of a motor vehicle, 2,500 but less than 30,000. What?
My house is already up in the air. I can't get on security. So.
And count 2 is unauthorized use also. So just for purposes of the record, the indictment in 8-6 alleges the offense date of March 16th, 2021. And in count 2 of 487, it alleges April 17th. So 2 separate offense dates. And how are we going to proceed on the theft of a motor vehicle? Which count?
I didn't realize there was a count 2, Your Honor, but that's the case. We're proceeding on count 1 and we'll waive count 2.
Mr. Dunkley, both of these cases that you have pending today are state jail felonies. So the range of punishment is anywhere from 6 months to 2 years confinement in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice, the state jail facility, and also a possible fine of up to $10,000. Mr. Dunkley, do you understand the range of punishment that applies to both of these matters?
Yes, ma'am.
In each of these cases, you have the right to the jury trial. You have the right to cross-examine the witnesses against you, and you have the right to remain silent. Those are your constitutional rights. Do you understand those?
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
The document that I have on the screen, this is the court admonishments for cause number ending in 487. What you're telling me is that you want to give up those rights. Is that what you intend to do?
Yes, ma'am.
Is this your electronic signature here at the bottom?
Can you say it again, please?
Is this your electronic signature?
On the screen?
I'm sorry.
I
I apologize. I had the wrong one on. Do you see that now? Is that your electronic signature?
Yes, ma'am.
And in cause number ending in 11-4, is this your electronic signature?
Yes, ma'am.
And that's what you intend to do in both of these cases? You intend to give up your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, ma'am.
If you were not a citizen, I'm still required to tell you that a plea of guilty or no contest to this charge could result in deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law. Mr. Dunkley, are you satisfied with the representation of your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Gonzalez, does your client have a rational and factual understanding of the proceedings against him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has he
Okay, sorry.
assisted in the preparation of any defenses?
He has, Your Honor.
In your opinion,
Once you are attorney,
and enter into the plea.
Yes, Your Honor.
I will accept the waiver of rights and make it part of the record. Mr. Dunkley, on the screen, I have the plea bargain agreement that you made in this case. This is the 486 unauthorized use of a motor vehicle. I want to go over this plea bargain with you, and then I want you to tell me if this is your understanding of the agreement that you made. The agreement calls for a recommendation of deferred adjudication for a period of 5 years, $1,500 fine. This will run concurrent with the theft of a motor vehicle in cause number ending in 87. The state is going to dismiss the other pending felonies: burglary of a habitation and a theft, 2,500 to 30,000, another theft of a motor vehicle. With regards to case number 663551, the parties agree that that case will be judgment satisfied. We're going to do a TAP evaluation, 200 hours community service, contact order with Gregory Correz, Dontarius Coleman, Manuela Garcia, Destiny Brewster, Daniel Coronado, Mark Stewart. We're going to reset for a TAP evaluation and follow the recommendations, as well as a moral recognition therapy class. Is that your understanding of the agreement? Mr. Bunkley?
Oh, yes, ma'am. I thought you were talking to somebody else.
Ms. Gonzalez, is that your understanding?
Yes, Your Honor. Although I was going to ask the court if the court would be willing to waive the PSI. My client's been in custody for a significant amount of time at this point, and I don't know how long it takes to get the TAP.
The TAP, quick, it's 2 weeks.
Oh, 2 weeks? Okay.
There's no request for a PSI, just a TAP. Yeah.
Well, would we have to do that with a PSI date, or can we do the sentencing today?
No, I would reset it for 2 weeks.
Okay.
Signed?
Yes, I didn't know the court said, but my problem.
Notarius, can you put yourself on mute until you answer the questions?
Sorry.
It breaks up the sound. Sorry.
Ms. Gonzalez, is that your understanding of the agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Rodriguez, is that your understanding?
It is the state's understanding, and Your Honor, if I may, with respect to the no contact and those parties, at the appropriate time, I'm sure the court will figure out who those parties are as well. Some of them are going to be from the other cases that I intend to dismiss, but that's just a little, just clarifying things for the court. But all that said, it is the state's understanding.
Some of them do sound familiar.
Can you hear it? Can you? Most of it.
I'm gonna put, if they don't identify themselves, Ashley, leave them in the breakout room, in the waiting room. Okay, Mr. Dunkley, what is your plea in, hang on a minute. Let's take a look at the plea bargain agreement in 1187. Same terms and conditions. So is it your understanding, Mr. Dunkley, that you have the same terms and conditions for each of these cases?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What is your plea in the unauthorized use of a motor vehicle? Is it guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty?
I believe he checked off no contest, but again, we couldn't do the screen share.
Oh, if
Yeah, no contest.
Are you entering, okay, so you want to enter a plea of no contest, Mr. Dunkley?
Yes, ma'am. Sorry, I was a little confused.
That's okay. Let's move on to the other case, 1186, 11486. What is your plea? Is it guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest?
In both of these matters, Mr. Dunkley, are you entering a plea of no contest because you have talked about these two matters with your attorney, and you believe that this is in your best interest to enter a plea today?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you doing this freely and voluntarily?
Yes, ma'am.
Has anyone forced you to enter a plea
No, ma'am.
or offered you anything in exchange for your plea?
No, ma'am.
I will accept the plea of no contest in each of these cases. Find the pleas are voluntarily made, and I will ask the state to tender its proof in each matter.
Both matters before the court, the state offers an evidence States Exhibit 1 and all of their attachments, pending any objections.
No objections.
State's one is admitted in both cases. Ms. Gonzalez, are you satisfied that the state complied with Article 3914 in each of these cases?
Yes, Your Honor.
I will sign the discovery acknowledgement and make it part of the record. Ash, did they sign your trial court cert?
Yes, Judge, I'll send you a reminder.
Bianca, are you available?
Gretchen, I need to go into a breakout room with you again. This is Linda.
Okay. Bianca, are you available? Bianca? Ashley,
Yes, ma'am.
do you know where Bianca is?
She's in a breakout room with Dave McLean.
Oh, okay. I guess she just went without answering me. Thank you.
Hey, Ashley, can I get a breakout room with Mr. Rubio, please?
Get some help moving people around.
Okay, there's nothing, but that's, there's nothing to move that.
And Ashley, it's Suzanne. When you have a chance, I just need a breakout room with Matthew Martinez. And I need to, I guess, update you on Blanco when you have a chance.
Let's go back on the record, please. Mr. Collins, don't unmute yourself, okay? Because it gets loud back there. We're back on the record. I have read the state's evidence. I do find the evidence is sufficient to substantiate your guilt.
Can you put Linda Corley back in my breakout room?
I will make no other findings at this time. I'm going to grant the the defendant's application for deferred adjudication for a period of 5 years. There's going to be a $1,500 fine. This will run concurrent with 2021 CR 11487. The state is going to dismiss 2021 CR 11380 and 11381. It is also the agreement of the parties that in the cause number 663551, that's the evading arrest or detention, that will be a JSAT. We're going to do a TAP evaluation. I'm not going to hold them in custody for it. I'm going to release them. I don't need to wait on that. 200 hours of community service, no contact order with Gregory Correz, Dontarius Coleman, Manuela Garcia, Destiny Brewster, Daniel Coronado, or Mark Stewart. Moral recognition therapy course. That is for cause number ending in 486. And cause number ending in 11487. I do find the evidence is sufficient to substantiate your guilt. I will make no other findings. I will grant the application for deferred adjudication for a period of 5 years. It's a $1,500 fine. It will run concurrent with 2021 CR 11486. All of the same terms and conditions and the no contact orders that I have enumerated for the previous cause number will apply to this cause number as well, probation. Just to be clear, it's only one set of conditions I want him to comply with that applies to both cases. This is a plea bargain case. Mr. Dunkley, I did follow the plea bargain agreement. You do not have a right to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You're going to go in a breakout room with probation. You're going to get your conditions and get started.
Okay, thank you. I wasn't getting food stamps when I was.
And Your Honor, if I can go in there with them both so I can give him his instructions. I'm not the attorney on the misdemeanor case, so I'll let him know how they'll get in touch with them.
Okay. Give me just a minute. I have a lot of writing to do on this docket. Travis, did you send me the dismissals?
I am working on them right now, Your Honor.
Okay.
Thank you.
Judge, can I approach on Eugene Rubio?
Just 1 minute, Albert.
Sorry about that.
Ashley, I'd sent you a chat. I was trying to get into a breakout room with my client, Joseph Gerhardt.
Is he on the iPad or is he on via Zoom?
I think he is, it looks like he's on the public iPad.
Everyone who needs to announce, judge will take your announcement after the plea.
Ashley, can you put me and Suzanne in the room back together, please?
Mr. Acevedo, go ahead.
Yes, but on Eugene Rubio, I've confirmed with the ADAs and the blood discovery. Looks like they just got it. I'm going to be picking it up tomorrow. So that's where we're at on that.
Okay, March 14th for trial.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Judge, this is Joanne Akel. May I announce on my case?
Yes, ma'am.
It's on Mr. Lee Collins, and Judge, he would like to represent himself.
Okay, I have to set that for a hearing.
Okay, Judge.
Where is Mr. Collins? Mr. Collins, I'm gonna have to set it for, I can't handle that this afternoon. It requires that I properly admonish you, and I'm not gonna do that right now. Joanne, can I notify you of when I set that? And then after that, if I decide to release you, you'll have no other obligation, but let me set it for another date, not today.
That would be That would be fine, Judge. Just send me notification and I will appear on that day.
Okay, thank you.
May I be excused, Judge?
Mr. Collins can go back.
Thank you, Judge.
May I announce on Christopher Cano, Judge? It's Kimball Barber.
Yes, ma'am.
I have conferred with the state and I've talked to my client and we have not been able to come to an agreement. I was hoping we could get a reset onto the trial docket.
What setting is this? How many?
This should be the first setting. This is my first setting since I've been appointed.
Hang on.
Yes, Your Honor.
It is a first, Judge.
So 60 days out. Let's do April 18th.
Yes, Your Honor, that works. Great. Thank you. May I be excused?
Cano can go back.
Thank you, Judge.
May I approach, Your Honor? This is Linda Corley.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. I have Mr. Freeble, John Freeble, and I have conferred. We have an offer, Judge. My client just needs a little more time to think about it. Gretchen requests if we not have a trial setting, but I guess a pretrial conference or.
What setting is this?
Let's see.
I believe it's the first setting, Judge.
18th.
I'm so sorry. I did not hear that.
April 18th.
April 18th. Okay. Thank you, Judge. My client is in custody. I think he may still be in a breakout room. Would you like me to go in there and have him leave from there?
No, we'll tell the staff, the jail staff.
Okay. And I'm sorry, Judge. I can't believe I'm starting this week out this way, but April the 18th. Thank you. All right. You guys have a great day.
Listen, it's Monday. All right. Thanks. I'll see you soon. Anyone else need to announce?
Yes, Judge. This is Abel Dominguez. On Mark Hopkins, we have completed the paperwork and we are ready for a plea.
Has he been sworn? Because I don't have the plea packet yet.
Yes, he has been.
Anyone else need to announce?
Judge Dave McLean here.
Yes, David.
Your Honor, I've spoken to the state and to Bianca regarding kind of what we're looking at here with some stuff. I'm trying to figure out if there's a way we can get maybe a 30-day reset on this, let my client get evaluated on this blood clot issue to find out whether he's actually got a blood clot still, and if he does, what treatment plan he can have so that we can try and look at some of these other options.
Okay. March 14th.
March 14th. Judge, thank you so much. I appreciate you.
That's from this morning, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Remember, client be excused. He's there in the courtroom.
Yes, he just needs to come in here and sign a reset.
Okay. Go in and sign. Okay. All right, Joseph. Thank you, Your Honor. Be excused.
Yes. Thank you.
You too.
Judge, this is Flavia Hernandez with John Hernandez.
Yes, sir.
We've accepted the plea offer and we're waiting on the paperwork.
Thank you.
And Judge, I need to go back into a breakout room with Matthew Martinez.
You know, Suzanne, are you on a PC?
Pardon me?
Are you on a computer or are you on the iPad?
I'm on the computer. Why? Can you not hear me?
Yeah, no, that's not the issue.
Oh. What is the issue?
I think I made you a co-host so you can go back and forth as much as
Oh.
you should be able to join all the breakout rooms you want now.
Okay. Well, thank you, ma'am. Yeah, because I'm going back and forth with everybody. Thank you.
Yeah. Only because I trust you. Anyone else need to announce? I still don't have a plea packet on Hopkins. Where is it? That's Luis. That's yours.
Your Honor, I see that Melinda Sanchez signed it at about 2:45. Let me send you a reminder, Judge.
Please, I'm not getting anything. Nothing on my end.
Let me send you a reminder, Your Honor.
What did Dunkley take?
Dunkley pled to the deferred on the 8-6 and 8-7 cases.
Judge, I need to do some paperwork if somebody could help me move people around.
We are.
I just sent it, Your Honor.
Thank you. See, I got your reminder just fine, but I never got the plea packet from Melinda. Let's get ready to go on the record on Hopkins. He's from the morning docket, right?
Yes, Your Honor, that's correct.
I think I gave you guys the docket sheet back, Jessica. Put it back in here.
Judge Luis Martinez checked in with the court. He won't be able to log in till 3:30. And on Narciso Ricarte, Alberto Rodriguez asked that we replace him.
Send me the next slide. And Mr. Hopkins has been sworn.
Yes, he has, Your Honor.
Let's go on the record. Go ahead and unmute yourself, Mr. Hopkins. Still the breakout. He's still in the breakout room. See if he sees mine. He's coming.
When I had my first drink.
Mr. Hopkins, ready?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's go on the record. This is cause 2021 CR 0866, the state of Texas versus Mark Hopkins. Attorneys, please make your announcements for the record.
Yes, Your Honor. Luis Echeverria for the state of Texas.
Gabriel Dominguez for defense.
Okay. Mr. Hopkins is appearing by video conference from the Bexar County Jail. Go ahead and tell me your full name, sir.
Mark David Hopkins.
On the screen, I have the true bill of indictment that was filed in your case. Do you see it?
Yes, ma'am.
It alleges the offense of possession of an explosive weapon. Do you understand the charge that you have?
Yes, ma'am.
This is a third-degree felony, punishable by confinement in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice, the Institutional Division, for any period between 2 and 10 years confinement. It also carries a possible fine of up to $10,000. Do you understand the range of punishment that applies?
I smoked.
Yes, Your Honor.
You have the right to a jury trial. You have the right to cross-examine the witnesses against you, and you have the right to remain silent. All of these are your constitutional rights. Do you understand those?
Yes, Your Honor.
When you sign the document that I have on the screen for you, called the court admonishments, what you're telling me is that you're going to give up your rights. Is that what you intend to do this afternoon?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is this your electronic signature here at the bottom of the page?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you were not a citizen, I'm still required to tell you that a plea of guilty or no contest to this charge could result in deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law. Mr. Hopkins, are you satisfied with the representation of your attorney?
Yes, Your
I
Honor,
was
I am.
gonna say I was 24.
Did you say yes, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor, I am. Thank you.
When you answered, the guy that's really loud behind you also answered, and I couldn't hear your answer.
Oh,
Apologize.
thank you. I'm trying to
That's when
mute so that I don't override the audio.
Stop there.
Thank you.
I appreciate that. Thank you. I was asking you if you're satisfied with the representation of your attorney.
I am, Your Honor. Thank you.
Yeah.
Mingus, does your client have a rational and factual understanding of the proceedings against him?
Yes, he does, Your Honor.
Has he been able to assist you in the preparation of any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
In your opinion, is he mentally competent to waive his rights and enter into a plea?
Yes, he is, Your Honor.
I will accept the waiver of rights and make it part of the record. Mr. Hopkins,
That's about it. My problem.
I'm sorry. Yes, Your Honor. I'm not sure when to mute and when not to. Okay, I'm listening.
I know, it's just that every time that you try to talk, he's also talking. That's what I'm laughing at, that every time you hit unmute, I hear the other guy's name, voice, not yours. Okay. I have the plea bargain agreement on the page. I want to go over it with you.
Yes, ma'am.
The agreement calls for a recommendation of deferred adjudication for a period of 6 years. There's an $800 fine. You all agree that we're going to conduct a TAP evaluation and a DDRF evaluation, and that if there's any treatment, that's going to be, basically, you guys are going to defer to me. So I will decide what treatment, modality, structure, whatever is recommended, I'm going to structure it. It's what you guys are agreeing to. 150 hours of community service, no contact order with Carolina Carrizales Ramirez, complainant neighbor. Apology letter to her, and you will be prohibited from possessing explosive weapons, explosive chemicals, including gasoline. Is that your understanding of the agreement in this case?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Mr. Dominguez, is that your understanding?
Yes, it is, Your Honor, but I just want to make one clarification real fast. On the evaluations, should the evaluations come back as they want inpatient, we have agreed to go open where we would argue outpatient, and of course the state would argue inpatient.
Yes, I think I basically summarized that. Yes.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Thank you, Your Honor.
Otherwise, that's your understanding, Mr. Dominguez?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
Mr. Velia, is that your understanding?
It is, Your Honor.
Mr. Hopkins, what is your plea to the charge of possession of an explosive weapon? Is it guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest, Your Honor.
Are you entering a plea of no contest because you have talked about this matter with your attorney and you believe this is in your best interest to do so?
Yes, ma'am.
And are
Your
you
Honor, it is.
freely and voluntarily?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has anyone forced you to enter a plea today
No, Your Honor.
or offered you anything in exchange for your plea?
No. No, Your Honor.
I will accept the plea of no contest. I find the plea is voluntarily made and I will ask the state to tender its proof.
The state offers State's Exhibit 1 and all attachments pending any objection from defense counsel.
No objections, Your Honor.
State's one is admitted. Mr. Dominguez, are you satisfied the state complied with 3914 in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
I will sign the discovery acknowledgement and make it part of the record. Let me have just a few minutes to read the facts.
Hey, Luis, that plea that you did this morning for that UUMV,
Yes,
I do not have that file. It's probably going to be in the fugitive files. If you
Okay.
wouldn't mind pulling it and closing it out.
not at all. Let me go, in fact, get it right now, real quick. I
Okay,
think
thank you.
I'll be-
What PSA date are you going to give Mark Hopkins, Ashley?
He's in custody 4 weeks out, puts it on 3/17.
It's also a DDRF evaluation.
It's after that, it's whatever comes up. I don't know when he's scheduled.
Let's go back on the record, please. I do find the evidence is sufficient to substantiate your guilt. I will make no other findings. Mr. Hopkins, we're going to reset this matter for a pre-sentence investigation report, a DDRF evaluation, and a TAP evaluation. So a lot of people are going to talk to you at the jail. Let's do all of those, including the PSI, Bianca. Then we'll come back for sentencing. Let's shoot for March. Let's shoot for March 18th. I'm going to put them on a Friday morning, Ashley, just because if we do have a jury panel, they should be deliberating Friday morning. Just this case for that morning. March 18th. Mr. Hopkins, I need you to please go into a breakout room with probation, and they're going to get you started with those evaluations, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
Mr. Dominguez, thank you.
Thank you.
I don't get those emails because I keep getting reminders, but I don't get the original email.
Judge Meza, may I announce? It's Jim Tochi.
Yes, go ahead.
We do not have an agreement on Mr. Guzman. I think Luis and Gretchen are going to chat over the miscommunication, but I don't think we're going to have an agreement. So I told him we're going to come back on the 14th for trial. He does not want to have a bench trial.
Okay. March 14th for trial.
Thank you, Judge.
I will not accept pleas on the day of trial.
Okay.
Talk to the state about all that. Thank you. You're excused.
Thank you, Judge.
Anyone else need to update the court?
Yes, Judge. This is Fernando Cortez on David DeLoe.
Yes, sir.
I'd like to just get on your trial docket, Judge, or stay on it.
Felon in possession. Would he consider a bench trial or a hybrid trial?
No, thank you, Judge.
No, thank you. Who said that?
It was me, Judge. I know you're being kind to me. I appreciate
But you're
that. Thank you.
asking your client. I know you would.
I'm sorry, Judge.
Okay, so March 14th, he has a pretty good shot at a trial.
Thank you so much, Judge. I would appreciate that.
See you guys here. That's going to be in person. All righty. Anyone else need to announce?
Yes, Judge. On Jeremy Blanco, I think that's probably going to end up being on the trial docket, which he's been made well aware of. That we're maybe going back to trials now. So
March 14th. How did you like being a co-host?
Oh, that was fun. I didn't have to bother y'all every 5 minutes.
You feel comfortable with that? I'll do that every time you're in my court.
Yeah, that's great. And I also have Matthew Martinez. Now we've got a plea bargain offer from Denise that he is considering, and it's a pretty good one, but she gave us 30 days to consider it. So that's where we're at.
And that one, I believe, is the first setting.
Okay. Why don't we do April 18th? But if he decides to take it anytime before April 18th, please call us. We'll bring him forward.
I will do so, Judge. Thank you.
Anyone else? On Joseph Mitchell, I'm just missing the plea packet. Hang on, maybe I just got it. Nope. But I have John Hernandez ready. Where's the packet for Joseph Mitchell, please?
I'm looking, Judge, sorry. I don't have, Joseph Mitchell's packet is still at the jail, as well as the acknowledgement, and it doesn't look like Flavio has signed the discovery on Hernandez.
I'll do that now.
Okay. Manny, did you need to go into a breakout room with Mr. Mitchell to go over the paperwork?
They're still in a breakout room.
I think he's signing it right now, Judge, actually.
Flavio, you're still in the same room. You can go back.
I've already signed with my client.
Where's Mr. Ricarte? Can you go to a breakout room, please?
Okay, everything on John Hernandez is signed.
Mr. Cortez has another client. And then Blanco is reset to March 14th.
Just briefly on the trial setting for the first 14th, would that be in person, Judge?
Yes.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you.
Mr. Ricarte, I need you to go to room number 4.
Gary, have you conferred with the state?
You stay right there. I'm gonna talk to you when I'm finished. Trust me, you did not finish the whole chapter. Trust me. You don't believe me, I'll teach you.
Hey, Ashley, what date did you give Lorenzo Jimenez?
It's 5/2.
And what about Good?
It's going to Mag Court.
Many games are leggy, so I don't know if Chucky feels like it.
And what about Davis? What date did you give Davis?
I have that one blank and I have Joanne equals blank. I couldn't hear.
So on Joanne Equal, her client wants to represent himself. So the judge said that she would have to set that for a hearing. And I don't know if she gave him a date.
Yeah, I have a blank on that one and I have a blank on Mendiola. I know she spoke to judge, but sorry.
Oh, no worries.
Ashley, this is Fernando Cortez. Can I please be put in a breakout room with Miguel Romero, please?
Yes, you did get a date for De La O. Are you done with him?
Yes, ma'am, I am. Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Romero, go to the breakout room.
Hey, Torres, can you put Jerry Kagan and John Platas in a breakout room together, please? Denise, did your plea on Abel Martinez get done?
On who?
Abel Martinez from this morning? I thought that was going to be a plea.
I didn't have no pleas from this morning.
Oh, okay, never mind.
You're done,
Then
Suzanne.
I think you're good to go.
Okay, you don't need for me to stay on, just in case?
No.
Okay, sounds good. Y'all have a good day.
Okay, you too.
Okay, thanks.
Torres.
I'm sorry, Gretchen, who needed a room?
Platas and Kagan.
Luis, we have your people. They keep logging in and out, in and out. I've put them in a breakout room and then they log out again. Do you want to talk to them?
Yeah, let me talk to them. Thank you.
Yes, Judge wanted them in the waiting room because they're not identified.
Okay, I see. Let me give them a call.
I put you in a breakout room with them, Judge. Luis.
Thank you.
Morgan, what's your name?
still like some starches, so it's kind of hard to fix it out. Like, and then, I mean, because I'm pretty sure you know that I'm
Yes, sir. That's what I'm saying. It's just a technical violation.
Mr. Romero, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, your attorney was having technical problems. You do have some plea paperwork that you're missing signature on. I don't know if you want to try to look for it or wait for him tomorrow. We're going to recall you in the morning.
Okay.
Hey, Ashley, it's Anna. Did you say Romero is going to be recalled for tomorrow morning?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thanks.
Melissa, would you like to confer with the state or meet me in a breakout room?
Yeah, if I could meet with you in a breakout room just to figure out what's going on. Thank you.
Hey, Gretchen, can you go to 1?
Hey, Ashley, was George Becerra reset?
Yes, for trial 314.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Do I need to wait for judge to come back before I'm excused?
I'll let her know you were here, Anna. We'll see you tomorrow morning.
Yes, ma'am, I'll be there. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Ashley, it's Luis Martinez. Sorry I'm late. Luis and I have been conferring on this case. Could we get into a breakout room?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Ashley, at your convenience, if you could put me in a room with Mr. Rigarte.
Ashley, sorry, I was talking to Karen Corby on the phone.
No, you're cool. Melissa was in one. She had, I don't know if y'all conferred.
We did. Has Jerry come out on Platas?
Jerry logged out. Last message I have is that he was going to be back in 30 minutes.
Ah, okay. Okie dokie. Did Judge do anything with Collins yet?
No date on my end yet.
No, I have to sit with Ashley and the calendar. I'm not going to do that right now.
Judge, what about Edward Davis? What date did you give him?
Who's the attorney?
Mendiola.
Oh, April 18th. The Blacklist is conferring or not conferring?
Not, because Jerry's not here. But Melissa's conferring.
Okay, so then I just have Hernandez and Mitchell for please.
Yes.
And then I'm done. Melissa's conferring, so I'll hold on to that one. Let's do Mitchell first. His paperwork came in first. Is Jerry Kaden coming back, Ashley?
I'm sorry, Judge. Was Jerry coming back? I'm sorry. I can't hear you.
Is Jerry coming back?
Yeah, she said that he was going to be back in 30 minutes. That was the last message that she got.
Yes, ma'am. Richard is correct.
Okay, I'm ready to go on the record on Joseph Mitchell, please. So, I thought Chavici was reset already. Mr. Chavici, can you hear me?
Yes, Your Honor.
You were already excused. Oh, hang on. I'm sorry. I confused you for someone else. You're fine. You're fine. Mr. Romero, you're coming back tomorrow morning for your plea.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
See you in the morning. Thank you.
Thank you.
You can go back. What is your name in the blue shirt? Are you John Hernandez?
No, my name's James Martin.
James Martin, what are you doing here?
Mr. Kagan had told me to get on. I had just sent him a message because he had sent a email of the docket, of the docket to my email, and I wasn't on it, so I had sent him a message saying that, am I supposed to be on right now? Because
you've been here all afternoon. You're not on my docket.
What's his name again?
I know we had court today, February 14th, but Mr. Kagan had told me yesterday that it was postponed until I think it was July 18th, but he said y'all might call me in sooner, so I don't know.
No. Do me a favor, go in a breakout room with my deputy so you guys can figure out what's going on.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
They'll invite you to a breakout room.
What is the name, Judge? I can tell him exactly what day he's coming on.
I think he's from this court.
Yes, 226.
Are you sure?
Yes,
What's
ma'am.
your name, sir?
James Martin.
Yeah, I didn't want to take up this time. That's why I wanted him in the breakout room. All right, so just hang tight, sir. So Chavachi is conferring, Platas is still on hold, Recarte is conferring, and I have the pleas on Mitchell and Hernandez ready. All right, let's go on the record, David. While I do this plea, can somebody please find Mr. Hernandez and bring him back in the main breakout, in the main session? Let's go on the record. This is cause number 2021 CR 10867, the state of Texas versus Joseph Leon Mitchell. Attorneys, please make your announcements for the record.
Later for the state.
Good afternoon, Judge Manuel Rodriguez for Mr. Joseph Mitchell, no T in Mitchell.
You got that, David? John Hernandez. I'm not sure who that is. All right, Mr. Mitchell, on the screen, I have the true bill of indictment that was filed in this case. It alleges the offense of retaliation. It also alleges a repeat offender enhancement allegation. How are we proceeding, State?
Judge, we are proceeding under a lesser included offense of terroristic threat, a Class A misdemeanor.
So waiving the repeater and
we don't have to.
Okay. Non-family?
Correct. It's a public servant.
So, Mr. Mitchell, a Class A misdemeanor is punishable by confinement in the Bexar County Jail for any period up to 12 months, 1 year, and up to a $4,000 fine. Do you understand the range of punishment that applies to a Class A misdemeanor? Go ahead and unmute yourself, sir.
All right. Yes, Your Honor. I understand.
All right. You have the right to a jury trial on the charge. You have the right to cross-examine the witnesses against you. You also have the right to remain silent Those are your constitutional rights. Do you understand those?
Yes, Your Honor.
When you sign this document I have on the screen, what you're telling me is that you're going to give up those constitutional rights. Is that what you intend to do?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is this your electronic signature here?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you were not a citizen, I'm still required to tell you that a plea of guilty or no contest to this charge could result in deportation, admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law. Mr. Are you satisfied with the representation of your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is Angie doing stuff right now? Do you know?
Rodriguez, does the client have a rational and factual understanding of the proceedings against him?
Yes, he does.
Has he been able to assist you in the preparation of any defenses?
Yes, he has.
In your opinion, is he mentally competent to waive his rights and enter into a plea?
Yes.
I will accept the waiver and make it part of the record. Mr. Mitchell, on the screen, I have the plea bargain agreement that you made in this case, and I want to go over it with you. It calls for the prosecution to proceed on the lesser included terroristic threat of a public servant, 1 year confinement in the Bexar County Jail, no fine, no applications for probation. The state will also dismiss 669-245.
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that your understanding of the agreement that you made?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Rodriguez, is that your understanding?
Yes, it is.
Nate, is that your understanding?
Yes, Judge.
How many days in does he have clerks? Clerks, how many days in does he have?
He has 158 days, Judge.
Mr. Mitchell, what is your plea to the charge of a Class A misdemeanor terroristic threat against a public servant? Is it guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
It's guilty, Your Honor.
Are you entering the plea of guilty because you have talked about this matter with your attorney and you believe it's in your best interest to do so?
I believe it's in my best interest to do so.
Are you doing this freely and voluntarily?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has anyone forced you to enter a plea today
No, Your Honor.
or offered you anything in exchange for your plea?
No, Your Honor.
I will I will accept your plea of guilty. I find the plea is voluntarily made, and I will ask the state to tender its proof.
State offer States Exhibit 1 and its attachments.
We've reviewed it. No objection.
States one is admitted. Mr. Rodriguez, are you satisfied the state complied with Article 3914 in this case?
Yes, I am.
I will sign the discovery acknowledgement and make it part of the record.
So,
Ashley and Gretchen, just to let you know, Mr. Ricarte is interested in taking the plea offer that Gretchen has offered. I would like to do it Wednesday, Ashley, if possible.
Judge is finishing a plea right now, Melissa. We're gonna give her a heads up whenever she's ready.
That's fine. Put him on for Wednesday.
Great.
I'll get you the plea paperwork as soon as I can, Melissa.
That is perfectly fine, Gretchen. Completely understand. That's fine. And I will just see you guys Wednesday morning, and Mr. Ricarte is ready to go.
Thank you, Melissa.
Thank you.
Ashley,
Yes, sir.
I think I have a complainant, right, in breakout room number 8. Can you see if they're still there?
Owner's iPhone is in there.
Okay, if you could please put me back in there. I think we're gonna have a plea done. Luis Martinez can speak to this as well, of course. It'll be an opposed application, but we'd like to do it on Wednesday.
As long as judge is in agreement, we can put it on for Wednesday.
Oh, okay. I'll be right back. I'm gonna join that room.
Go back on the record on Joseph Mitchell.
yes, ma'am.
I do find the evidence is sufficient to substantiate your guilt, and I will find you guilty of the Class A misdemeanor, terroristic threat against a public servant. I will sentence you to 12 months confinement in the Bexar County Jail. You get credit for the time you have been in custody on this case.
I can't hear you.
Oh, did you hear any of it?
Yeah, I heard a little bit. It was chopping up.
Okay. I do find the evidence is sufficient to substantiate your guilt, and I'm going to find you guilty of the offense of terroristic threat against a public servant. I'm going to sentence you to 12 months confinement in the Bexar County Jail. You do get credit for the time you have been in custody on this case.
Yes, ma'am.
It's going to dismiss 669-245. Mr. Mitchell, this is a plea bargain case. I did follow your plea bargain agreement. You did not have a right to it. You understand?
I'm hearing you, but it's kind of hard right now. It's kind of cutting up, but I did hear you, and that is my plea bargain.
Yes, I sentenced you to 12 months.
Okay.
Okay, so you get credit for the time you've been in custody. You still owe some time on this case. You owe about 24 days. So
24 days. Okay.
the sheriff will dismiss you or will release you whenever that's satisfied.
All right. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. You're excused.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
On the record on Mr Hernandez. Is Mr. Hernandez sworn in?
No, Judge, I don't believe I've received paperwork.
You have to have, because I've already have it all. I have his plea, yep, I have his plea packet. I have everything.
Okay, I'll swear him in.
Go ahead.
Can I leave right now, ma'am?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Hernandez, can I have you raise your right hand? Are you the defendant in the cases?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you go over the plea bargain and steps with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
And it's your wish to waive your right to a jury trial?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
It makes it look like I'm fighting.
I'm gonna knock you.
I apologize. Let's go on the record on John Hernandez. Ready, Mr. Hernandez?
Yes, ma'am.
This clause number 2021 CR 4919, the state of Texas versus John David Hernandez. Attorneys, please make your announcements for the record.
Gretchen Plater for the state.
Flavia Hernandez, defense.
Nervous or whatever. So I was trying to get out because I felt.
All right. Mr. Hernandez is appearing by video conference. Go ahead and tell me your full name, sir. You're muted.
John, press the space bar when you talk.
John David Hernandez.
On the screen, you have a loud talker behind you, right?
Yes, I do.
So just unmute yourself when it's your turn to talk, okay? On the screen, I have the true bill of indictment that was filed in this case. It alleges the offense of theft under 2500 enhanced. Do you understand the charge that you have this afternoon?
Yes, ma'am.
That's a state jail felony. It is punishable by confinement in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice, but it's for confinement in the state jail facility for any period between 6 months and 2 years confinement. It also carries a possible fine of up to $10,000. Do you understand the range of punishment?
Yes, ma'am.
You have the right to a jury trial. You have the right to cross-examine the witnesses against you, and you have the right to remain silent. Those are your constitutional rights. Do you understand those?
Yes, ma'am.
When you sign the court admonishments and the waiver, what you're telling me is that you're going to waive those, you're going to give up those constitutional rights. Is that what you intend to do?
Yes.
Is this your electronic signature I'm showing you on the screen where it says John Hernandez?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes.
If you are not a citizen, I'm still required to tell you that a plea of guilty or no contest to this charge could result in deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law. Mr. Hernandez, are you satisfied with the representation of your attorney?
Yes.
Mr. Hernandez, attorney, does your client have a rational and factual understanding of the proceedings against him?
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
Has he been able to assist you in the preparation of any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
In your opinion, is he mentally competent to waive his rights and enter into a plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
I will accept the waiver of rights and make it part of the record. Mr. Hernandez, on the screen, I have the plea bargain that you made in this case. It calls for punishment to be assessed at 1 year confinement in the state jail facility, no fine, no applications for probation. Excuse me. The state is going to dismiss Nightmag 641938. Is that your understanding of the agreement in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Flavio Hernandez, is that your understanding?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
State, is that your understanding?
Yes, Judge.
What is your plea, Mr. Hernandez? Is it guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Are you entering a plea of no contest because you have talked about this matter with your attorney and you do believe this is in your best interest?
Yes.
Are you doing this freely and voluntarily?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has anyone forced you to enter a plea?
No.
Or offered you anything in exchange for your plea?
No.
I will accept the plea of no contest. I find the plea is voluntarily made, and I will ask the state to tender its proof.
State offers States Exhibit 1 and its attachments.
No objections.
States 1 is admitted. Mr. Hernandez, Flavio Hernandez, are you satisfied the state complied with Article 3914 in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
We'll find the discovery acknowledgement and make it part of the record. Give me just a minute, please. Let's go back on the record. I do find the evidence is sufficient to substantiate your guilt. I will find you guilty of the offense of theft under 2500 enhanced as alleged in the indictment. And I will sentence you pursuant to your agreement to 1 year confinement in the state jail facility of the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. You do get credit for the time that you have been in custody on this case. Mr. Hernandez, this is a plea bargain case. I did follow your plea bargain agreement. You do not have a right to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. You should, you have no other holes. You should get transferred fairly quickly.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. May we be excused?
Yes, thank you. Those are all the pleas I have that are ready for today. What's the status of Flat Bass, Jerry Kagan?
Morning, Judge. If I can talk to a prosecutor. And Judge, is that the only one I have? I thought I had James Martin today. So
Yeah.
there's men's confusion.
Thursday at 1:30 for him.
Okay.
You can confer. I'm going to be headed out. If you guys work something out, we can recall it later in the week.
Okay.
What's the status of Brian Chabachi?
Your Honor, I see Luis Martinez is on. I spoke with him earlier. He's in his vehicle, Judge. We may have an agreement